Guys, these images that you are seeing right now were generated by a new image generator tool, and there seems to be no limit to what you can actually create with this tool. Now, as of the time of creating this video, if you look at the image arena leaderboard, you will see that it is currently outranking other text to image models like Midjourney, Flux 1.1, even Google's Imagen 3, and it is sitting on the top position with Recraft V3. By now, you can actually guess the image generator I'm referring to is REVE, and this tool is simply mind-blowing. But before I go into all it can do, how about you just take this second to subscribe to this channel and also like this video. Now, getting started with REVE is quite easy. Just sign up with any of your Apple accounts or your Google account, or you can just use your email address. Now, once you are done signing up and you are logged in, you should land on the Explore page. Now, one thing I noticed immediately about this particular website is that when you hover around the logo or any menu item, the other menu items will pop up. And that's actually a very pretty cool thing if you are into web design and stuff like that. But let's focus on why we are here, which is actually image generation. Now, REVE has been developed from scratch to actually focus on three key aspects, and they are prompt adherence, aesthetics, and typography. And seriously, when you test it out for any of these three key factors, it is absolutely exceptional. Now, if you want to have an idea how to actually write and structure your prompt to generate the best images on REVE, you can simply just click on any image. You will find the edit prompt, click on it, and then you will see the prompt that was actually used to generate the image. Now, one great thing I like about this particular feature is that it highlights certain elements that play key roles in the generation of this image. And if you click on any of these elements, you will get suggestions for other things you can use to replace that element. Say for instance here, it has highlighted anime, and if I click on anime, you will see that it gives me other options like watercolor, pixel art, or oil painting. And if I highlight on any of the other elements, you will see that it will give me suggestions of what I can actually change it into. And this is really cool when you just want to change only one element in an image without having to mess the whole composition. So let's jump over to creating our own image. Now I'm just going to click on any empty space on the website, and then all I have to do is paste in my own prompt. And just below the prompt, we'll actually see four options over here. Now the first is the aspect ratio, and we can choose from any of the standard ratios available. Now the next is the amount of images that we want generated per prompt, so we can have 1, 2, 4, or 8. I'm just going to stick with 4. And then we have the enhance on and off. Now if we have this feature on, then it's going to add more details to our prompt and help us generate better images. Finally, we have the auto option, and this just gives each generation a seed number that acts as a reference to creating very similar images. So I'm just going to go ahead and click create, and within 10 to 15 seconds our images are generated. Now you can see that these are very lovely images of a golden retriever puppy. Now I like this particular one, so if I click on this particular one and I go to the edit prompt, you will actually see that I added more details to my prompt just because I had the enhance feature turned on. Now you can see here the golden retriever puppy. So if I didn't want a golden retriever puppy, I could click on this and I can have a corgi puppy, a Siamese kitten, a Chihuahua puppy, a French bulldog puppy, or I could just even add whatever puppy it is that I want. Now it sits upright, I could have it lying down or playfully, sleepily, anything that I want. So I could easily change certain elements within these images without messing with the whole composition. I could also use the instruct tab to actually add any instruction that I want. So I could just say add a ball to the image, and then I would go ahead and re-roll. And you can see it just adds a ball to the image. Now to actually test for typography and prompt adherence, I did test with this prompt of two ladies standing side by side with one folding her arms and the other pointing to the one with the folded arms. I also included different tests on their t-shirts, and it came out great at the very first attempt. Now I did also try to see how good it was with generating real images of celebrity or popular figures, and so I tried making US President Trump wear an agbada and eat in a local Nigerian canteen, and some some of the images that came out were just fantastic. And then I tried it out with the Nigerian president holding up a sign, but none of the images had any resemblance with him at all. Kind of funny how AI has no idea of how the Nigerian president looks like. Maybe you should try it out with your country's president and let me know in the comment section if you did get the resemblance correctly. I wasn't stopping there, so I tried with Snoop Dogg holding up a sign and it was great. Now this can actually be Snoop Dogg holding your product and actually endorsing it. So there really is no limit to what you can actually do with this tool. I guess the fear of getting sued might be the only limit you have when it comes to generating images like this with REVE. And with REVE, you just don't do only text to image generation. You can also do image to image generation. Just click on this plus button over here and you can import in your image. Now I did import this oil painting of this beautiful African lady created by Dali, and this was what he actually generated. Now I really wasn't impressed by this, as this was far more realistic as compared to the original oil painting. So I went back to the edit prompt and you can see here that he has a digital portrait photograph, and right here also he has a close-up portrait photograph with studio lighting, and there's no element of oil painting within this particular prompt. So I'm just going to instruct it and I'm just going to say make this into an oil painting, and this is actually what I got. Now the result still has a lot of realism to it, so I kind of feel that when it comes to human or people picture, REVE tends towards a lot of realism, because I imported another oil painting, this particular one you are seeing right here, and it did a pretty great job at the first attempt. So overall this tool leads when it comes to creating photography images, painting style images, digital art, and other type of images you might desire to create. Now you can just go ahead and try it out to see for yourself. Now again, to access this tool, you will find a link in the description of this video. Note that for every free account you will get 100 free credits plus 20 free images every single day that are actually used before your credits are deducted. And if you run out of credits, you can get 500 credits for just $5. That'll be all for today's video, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and like till I come your way again. To love by all means, my name. Stay cool. God bless.